Hey diamond painting friends, Jessica here with Tiny Worlds of Wonder, stopping in to share a really exciting post review for Flaming June from Distracted by Diamonds. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. I'm super excited about it. But first I want to show you a really cool new tool that I got in the mail this week. This rechargeable light pad was sent to me by a company called Elice on Amazon. I have actually been in the market for a rechargeable light pad, and so I was really excited when they reached out to me. This video is not sponsored, but they did send me this product for review. Here's what the packaging looked like when it came. It came prime shipping from Amazon, which was super nice. This, like I said, is a rechargeable light pad. Now, the reason I've been in the market for one of these is that I like to take my diamond paintings everywhere. I like to take them into the living room when I watch movies. I like to take them into the bedroom on a Saturday when it's raining and I have big windows in there and it's so nice. But it's really a pain to take my regular light pad with a cord anywhere and try to find a spot to plug it in. So I was super excited about this one. This has 5 levels of brightness. It is about 8.5 by 12 inches, so pretty large. This holds a charge for 5 to 6 hours after charging 2 hours. That's info directly from the seller. I would say that that ratio of charge to use is pretty high, but if you're like me, if you take your diamond paintings somewhere outside of your usual space, maybe you're not going to sit there for like 10 hours and work on them. So this amount of charge, I suspect for me, will be just fine. Now, one thing that I was really interested to see and kind of thought was cool is that the backside of this is angled. So if I'm sitting this on the table in front of me, or maybe on my lap or some other surface, it tips up toward me just a little bit, which is really nice if you don't have an easel yet and you're working flat. If you do have an easel, you'll just want to know that this is going to tilt away from your easel a little bit in the back. So that's some info you may want to know. Here's the charging cord that this came with. It is very long, bigger than my wingspan for sure. It's got the end that plugs into the light pad and then a USB on this side. So of course, I will keep you posted on how I like this product as I use it a little bit more. There will be a link in the description below. So if you're in the market for a rechargeable light pad, check this one out and see what you think. Now, let's take a look at Flaming June. Now, I hope you guys are planning to play along with Drills and Chills 2020, the really fun Halloween themed community event that's going on right now. It started September 1st. This is going to be hosted by Kim at K Diamond Paints. So make sure to check out a link to Kim's channel in the description below. And then I will also link her kickoff video in the cards here so that you can participate in this event. It is so much fun, you guys. We had a blast doing it last year, and I know Kim is going to do an incredible job as this year's hostess. So be sure to check it out and play along with us. Today's video is going to be a very exciting post review on this gorgeous canvas called Flaming June from Distracted by Diamonds. This was from Distracted by Diamonds' first release. This was the first canvas I ever bought from Robyn, and I am just delighted about it. So I'm going to tell you all the things. I want to tell you about the art. I'm going to tell you about the drills, the canvas. So grab your coffee with froth, settle in for a second. We're gonna go on a bit of a ride. Do you guys feel like whenever you finish a canvas that you deserve a party with balloons and confetti and, I don't know, it could be like confetti falling from the ceiling? Wouldn't that be amazing? Like an opera soundtrack in the background? That'd be so great. Anyway, this piece is a 60 by 60 square drill canvas, like I said, from Distracted by Diamonds. I have been working on this off and on since late spring. I want to say about May, and I never kitted this one up. I just worked out of baggies. This was like my living room project, and I just needed a break from the Ever Moment I was doing this spring or some other projects. I'd go in and work on this one. Working out of baggies is so great because it's so low commitment, and I have to say that's one thing that I adore about Robyn's canvases are those pre-bag drills, because it makes you really able to work on 12 projects at once, and what could be better? So this piece of art was created by an artist named Frederic Leighton in 1895. He was a British artist who lived from 1830 to 1896. So this was created right at the end of his career. This piece of art has had a very interesting history. This original piece of art, of course, features a beautiful red-haired figure, which was so popular in the late 1890s. Red hair was all the rage. She's reclining on a marble seat here. We've got some stonework in the background. We have a sparkling ocean. We have the deadly oleander plant up here in the right-hand corner, which is an interesting addition. You'll notice in art sometimes, though, that sleeping and death are sort of symbolically affiliated with one another. And so that oleander up in the corner is sort of an interesting addition to this one. She's got this beautiful orange dress on with all this draping. Her hair goes on forever up here. This original piece of artwork, if you've never seen it, is absolutely gorgeous, so go Google a picture. It is fabulous and very much worth seeing. So some interesting background on this. There was a point in time in the early 1900s when this Victorian style artwork really went out of fashion. This was on display in the Royal Academy in 1895, and then it was on display somewhere else for a little while, but then it was sort of lost for many, many decades, and no one really knew what happened to it. But it was eventually unearthed, boxed in a chimney space in a town called Battersea in the UK. And after it was found, no one really wanted it. It ended up in what we would call in the US like a pawn or a thrift shop. And it sat there for a while, and eventually it went up for auction, and it couldn't even meet the reserve on the auction, which was very low. I think in 2020 dollars, the reserve was somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,000. So it couldn't even fetch that price at the time. And so it was eventually acquired by the Museo de Arte de Ponce in Puerto Rico. Terrible American accent, I know. It's embarrassing. And when it came into the collection of that museum, that's when there was a resurgence in the popularity of this artwork. Justifiably, I think, because it is absolutely so beautiful. It's been on my fine art bucket list for diamond painting for a while, so I was super excited when Robyn brought this one out. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the canvas itself. Quick disclaimer, I'm associated with Distracted by Diamonds, looking for art and licensing art, but not in any other capacity. The reason I tell you that is because I think it's impossible to be completely objective about a company that you have any kind of relationship with. And so I do my best to do that, but I always want you guys to know that relationship up front, so you're in the loop. The canvas fabric itself I found to be fairly stiff. It definitely has a fabric texture. It's not velvety or any of that, but I actually really found that I liked the stiffness of it. When I was working on my easel, it propped up really well. It laid flat really well. So I'm liking the canvas fabric. This had 37 colors, square drills. The drill quality I found to be a little bit reminiscent of Diamond Art Club, if you guys have done a Diamond Art Club before. Even though I had a fantastic experience with this canvas, I always like to be fair between companies. So if I hold one company to a particular standard, I like to hold all of them to that standard. So this canvas did have some gappy drills, I will say that. I'm gonna grab my Elice light pad that's sitting right here, and I'm gonna crank it on because I wanna show you what I mean. The best news about the gappiness, however, was that the light colors were very uniform, and so when I have my light pad off, the effect is really nice. My darker colored drills, I definitely had more trouble with the gapping. Let's do some movie magic here so you can see. I'm going to turn my overhead lights off and just shine this up from the back. So that's what the drill fit looks like. Now let me turn my lights back on and turn the light pad off so that you can see how minimally that shows, actually. The drills did also have quite a bit of trash. I would say roughly comparable to the amount of trash I had in my Evermoment drills on the canvas I just finished. I had plenty of drills left over, however, so I got to use all of the good drills on my canvas. and I did not have to worry about running out of anything, which was really nice. So I actually don't have any problem with companies that have trash drills as long as I have enough drills to finish, and as long as the drills are very, very sparkly, because I find that resin drills, which are really sparkly, always have more trash, and these drills are very sparkly. They're very faceted. So the cons with this were the level of gapping, I would say, and the amount of trash. The pros were that I had plenty of drills left over, so I could use only good drills, and my gapping was really only prominent in the dark colors, which don't really show with the light pad off. The rendering, I think, is quite good at a 60 by 60, and this is a challenging style of art to render, I have to say. Skin tones where faces are very small, those are very difficult. And the thing I loved about this rendering actually is that whoever designed this canvas left all the confetti in place. You guys know how I feel about sort of the line art that can creep into some diamond paintings. This one has a ton of confetti, and up close it looks very speckled. But I'll show you a long view in a little bit so you can see how those colors blend together from viewing distance. And I think it is just gorgeous. Just to give you a little insight into how much confetti there is in this one, her face alone had 13 colors, 13 of the 37 colors. So I think the rendering is really impressive for a 60 by 60 with an image that's this detailed. One other issue I had with this one was that the cover sheet, when I pulled it up, was quite difficult to remove in a couple of areas. So I wonder if maybe the glue wasn't totally cured when the cover was put on. That did not seem to affect the tackiness of my glue at all. In fact, I would say that the quality of the glue on this one is really equivalent to a Diamond Art Club. And I think Diamond Art Club, to be honest with you, has some of the best quality adhesive of any company. And I would say that this is reminiscent of that. It has that nice sort of sink in and grab feeling. I really felt like they were solidly seated. So I'm not going to be sealing this one. So I would say the pluses versus cons of this canvas definitely swing hugely in favor of the pluses. The drills look really beautiful when you get them on the canvas. The gapping showed minimally, again, like I said, because the light colors are really uniform. The adhesive was really good quality. The canvas fabric itself was really good quality. The printing was excellent quality, really, really easy to read. And I always think that at the end of the day, the most important part of any diamond painting is the quality of the rendering. Like, does the picture itself look beautiful when you pull back and look from viewing distance? So did the company create the image in a large enough size? And I would say canvases can always be bigger. Would this look even better bigger? Of course it would. But for a 60 by 60 canvas with this detailed an image, I would say I'm extremely happy with this. It's beautiful. I'm going to take you out for a long view so you can see it. I'm over the moon with it. Absolutely over the moon. I really hope that Robyn continues to come out with more of these beautiful fine art canvases because they have a real classic beauty that you can be proud to display in your home. And I always feel like when I do one of these, it's like bringing a little piece of history into my house. I hope you guys really enjoyed seeing this finish from Distracted by Diamonds. This is really in my top 5 favorite finishes ever, I have to say. It's absolutely beautiful. Totally recommend. Really excited about it. I'm going to take you out for a long view now. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Spread some joy wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.